Hello, my name is Caitlin George, and I'm here with Emma Hutchinson, Elizabeth Hershaw, and Emily Button, or not, sorry, Julie Button, and this is Hangout 4. I'm going to start by going into ThinkPort, and I'll screen share with you. Okay. And ThinkPort is a website for educators created by the Maryland Public Broadcasting, and it's also created by it's created by Maryland Public Television and Johns Hopkins University Center for Technology and Education. It has many different sections. It has a section for K through 12. The career section is really great for new teachers. It will go into, I'll go in. It shows you different sections. It has tips for new teachers. It shows you what the Maryland Teacher of the Year has. It shows you who they are, and you can look at each one for the past several years. It has certification guidelines. It also has another section for early childhood. It has a section about technology in early childhood, which I thought was really interesting because I feel like that's not touched on very often for early childhood students and teachers. And it also has an additional section for parents and education resources for parents and families in general. In the K through 12, it also has a lesson builder that's really effective. And it's a very simple template, but it breaks it all down from lesson objectives, age group, timeline. You can also search for different lessons. I really like the online clip section, and it just, once you get to it, you can pull it up, click what section, what kind of subject you're looking for, and pull up any number of clips you can use in your classroom to review with your students. It also has a whole plethora of interactive media, and one I found that I really thought was cute was a STEM lesson where you highlight and click. It shows you, and it also has the audio to talk about each of the different different animals you can find in it. So I thought it was just an all-encompassing resource for teachers.
Yeah, going off that of it being an all-encompassing resource, I think that it's really nice for teachers and parents to be able to go to one website and know that they're getting up-to-date information and that they know that the materials are accurate and that they're going to be the most useful, and they know that since it's up to date that they're going to have like the latest technology and everything like that. Because I mean, as Caitlin said, the resources or the trusted names that are making this website or putting this information out there, you know it's a reliable source, and you know that it's somewhere you can really go and use those lessons in your classroom. So I think that that's a really good resource.
Kind of going off of what Julie just said, I really like the fact that like all of the STEM learning on this website is based off of real world content. So it's helping the kids apply what happens in their everyday life to what they're learning in school. I know all the time in school the thought was like, well, when am I ever going to use this in life? Or when am I ever going to need to know how to do this problem? And this all relates to things that they'll see in the real world and be able to apply to their life.
One thing that I really thought was cool about this website is when I was going through it, under the Think Career, which Caitlin was talking about, it has different things that you can click on. So one of them was classroom management. I think another one was about back to school. And in each one, it basically gives you some tips that are good for classroom management, and it's all stuff that they found worked really well. So there's just different tools and things that you can use for it, and I think that's very helpful for, brand new teachers and us as students going to our internships and, you know, trying to figure out how to basically manage the class as we're doing our lessons. And I think that's really very helpful for us.
Okay, so the next tool I'm going to be discussing is the paper LI, or .li. And basically, you can find, publish, and share content on the web, and you can do this through like social media right here. The main thing is that you can select your own sources, or it kind of provides them for you. You can customize it and make it your own, so you have freedom to be creative, which is really cool, especially in elementary school. And um, elementary school now, it's a kind of, it'll make them more engaged and excited to kind of look and research topics. You can promote and grow your audience and business through sharing and emailing, and then you can use it on a variety of different media like PCs, tablets, and smartphones, so it's very accessible. One of the main things I thought was very interesting was that it was embeddable, so you can, especially for teachers, if they want to put this on their classroom page, it could be if they have something that they're looking up in social studies, such as like the presidential elections, or they can have information on that, and as the feed is updated every day, they would be able to click the link on the website and just go directly to this newspaper. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to create an account. You can have a free account, or you can do the paper.li Pro, which is just a little more of advanced features, but for all intents and purposes, this really works too. So, for example, I looked up, you can look up your content area, so I looked up the Education Daily, so you could do that, and it loads, and it will come up with different articles and everything, and you can look up photos, videos, and if you click that, then if you want to, you can edit the page, so you have the freedom to decide what is on that page. So I just deleted that, and I deleted that because I don't think that they are necessary for that. So again, that could be a great source for teachers to use in the classroom, because they could kind of mediate what the students are seeing on the web page. And I also think that you can do bookmarks, which is a cool feature, because then students can pick what they really like, and they can go back, and this is great for like if they're doing a research project on something. So that's it.
I really liked the fact that you can actually edit the site itself. So, like Julie was saying, you can go through and you can delete different photos or different parts of it that you don't think will go well in your classroom. So I thought that was really cool, because you can change it up and take things that you don't want out and whatnot. So that was really neat.
This was a tool that I had never heard of, but I could see myself using it in my classroom as doing like a classroom paper. And then you could have different students each week that got to have the roles of the editor, the publisher, the author, and they had different tasks within the paper. So it would be a good way to start a mini lesson of how a newspaper works and the different roles it takes to make a newspaper come out. And then they get practice researching and using safe internet tools to write their own papers for the classroom.
Yeah. I also thought it was really neat because I really like the formatting. It's really straightforward, easy to use, and very clear, I felt like. And I also liked that it looked very clean and cut, and in all of the different, whether you were on like an iPad or a laptop or whatever you were giving to the children. And I feel like that's a good way for them to explore nonfiction information in a different way, which is another part of the curriculum that needs to be improved.
All right, so the next tool that I'm going to talk about is Web 2.0. And it's basically, it's a tool that's put out by Discovery, which I really like, that focuses on presentation tools, video tools, mobile tools, and community tools. And it's a site that basically is all-encompassing for presentations. So it allows you to add different forms of media to presentations. And on the site, it said that lots of people felt like, you know, if they just now mastered PowerPoint, what are they supposed to do with this? But you can upload your PowerPoint or your Prezi or different videos to it. But my favorite thing about the site is the community aspect of it. So it's set up so that teachers and students can collaborate with their ideas and their work. And you can set up like a classroom community so that you can share things back and forth through the web. And then you can broadcast your presentations to parents or to other staff or to students. So you could have it set up so that while doing a group project, they didn't have to meet all in one place. They could send their ideas back and forth and create a project online or different ways like that.
Yeah, I think that this is a great tool for collaboration, like you were saying. I think it's something that I know the school I'm placed at is very interested in collaborating with, say, their first grade. So they're very interested in collaborating with fourth grade or third grade so that you see a different level of things. So I think that this would be a great tool, especially since you can not be together all the time, but you can edit and all that kind of stuff. So I think that this tool would make it easier and more interesting for students to kind of explore their creativity and kind of give their insight on a project, or say they were coming up with school rules or that kind of stuff. So I think that it would be a great way for them to collaborate and have their own opinions, but at the same time kind of work together.
I also thought it was really neat that, you know, you can incorporate and get the parents involved as well. I know a lot of, you know, my family friends, they feel very out of the loop with their children and their schooling, and with this, like, it allows the parents to get involved and see what the kids are doing and see the different progress and the projects that they're doing and everything like that. So I think it's really great that it can also get the parents involved and even grandparents or whoever, you know, the kids are staying with. So I thought that was really neat as well.
And I just really like the different kinds. I always like seeing new presentation tools in general, because I feel like it's not only interesting for students to see content delivered in a new and different way that they haven't seen before, but it's also great for them to interact with these different types of formatting to present their own ideas and own thoughts and whatever they need to portray to either give to their teacher or to their peers.
So the tool that I'm going to talk about is called Ants, and I'm going to screen share with you. So basically what this is it's a tool that you can annotate videos. So basically you don't actually have to have an account with them, so you can use it as a guest. But the neat thing about this is if you do sign up for it, they have this thing called an ant farm, which basically when you go through and you annotate videos, it will save the videos. So if you actually make an account, and I did, so I'm going to sign in for you guys so you can see it. So when you actually, so here, for this one I just, you know, I did a short little video, and I'll actually make a new one with you guys. So what you have to enter a URL of a video or a YouTube video. So I'm just going to come over here to YouTube, and I'm just going to pick a random video. So let's pick one of these TED Talks. And then you're going to come up here, you're going to copy and paste the link. You're going to come back, paste that in there, and you can load it. And it will actually start the video, and as the video is going, so over here there's some instructions, so just in case you forget how to do it. So you're going to start the video. There's a button right here. When you click that in the middle of the video, it actually stops the video, and you can write an annotation for the video. So like what I thought when I was looking at this tool is you could use this for, writing questions throughout a video. So if you're showing your class a video and throughout the video there's a question that you want to ask, or if they're filling out like a sheet of paper that they're supposed to answer questions throughout the video, you can actually put the question inside the video. So I'll show you. We'll go to here and I'll add. So you can make the subject, so we'll do question 1 and then type question here. We'll save that, and then it will show up here. So you can add more of them. So go a little bit farther through the video, and then you can add another one. So question 2, and then whatever your question was. So then your questions will be up here as well. So as you're actually watching the video,
we created a software that allowed these kids to make Mother's Day happy. But actually, I was even happier for another reason.
The question will pop up like that. So it will inform the kids that, hey, this is the question, this is right where the answer is going to be, so really pay attention to this section. So that's basically it with this one. But like I said, if you actually make an account, it will save your video. So now there's my brand new one right here. And then that was one I was playing with. So, but other than that, I think this is really cool, and it can really be used in the classroom, especially with, as the kids get older. It can be something that's really useful in the classroom.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. One of the features I think is really cool is that you can share your videos. So if the teacher is sharing them, and especially with older grades, would be great if they had done questions throughout the video and annotated them, and then they shared it with their class. They can do it at home, and so it's very accessible, and it's as if the teacher is guiding the discussion, but she's not there. So I think that I know that sometimes I struggle with kind of looking for certain points or knowing exactly what I should really be looking for in a text. So I think that something like that is like a TED Talk or a video on something that they're studying in science would be really beneficial and helpful. And I also like that since you can share it with a certain group of people, I think that it teaches a sense of security and internet safety and privacy, which I think is essential today, and I think it's a good practice to be teaching your students.
I think it's a great tool for comprehension, but teachers also have to be really careful that they don't make it so easy that then kids don't pay attention to anything. The last thing you want to do is have it pop up when they need to pay attention, so then they zone out during the rest of it. But it's a great way you can pop things up that have a fun fact here, or just a simple reminder of, hey, pay attention to this, or did you catch this information? And like Julie said, I think it would be a really great way to let kids go through and find the main idea of it and pinpoint the facts that they think they need to come back and remember. It's not just teachers that can use it. Anyone can use it. Students and parents can go through it. Students and discussion groups could go through it. So it's definitely all-encompassing.
Yeah. I also thought it would be really interesting if you, this would be more with the older students, either 4th through 5th or even in middle and high school. But, you could give them the actual ANT program and let the students give them the ANT program in a video you want them to annotate, and they could go through and annotate, pick out, okay, this is an important section, and these are my notes on this section of the video. In the same way that you kind of take notes in the margins of any sort of reading you might do in the future, or take notes on the video itself. So, okay. And is it time for my last one? Mm-hmm. Okay. And the last one I'm doing is Zaption, which is actually very similar to Ant. It's not video annotations, but it's creating editing questions into different videos that you can either take from YouTube, or you can upload your own videos. So what it has is they call each of their videos a tour, because in the video it will, as you insert the pieces, it will pause the video and ask the question or pop up the image that you want to associate with whatever is going on in the video itself. And you can look at your own content on the first page, and that's what it redirects to on the home page once you're logged in. You need to log in, but there's a free account for general use, and then there's also a pro membership, or you could have, some schools may buy a campus version of it. Another great thing is if the school system itself is buying it, you can tie it into, like, if they're using Blackboard or any other the technology to put grades in, you can link it directly to the grades for teachers, which I thought was really important. It also has the Zaption gallery, which is existing edited videos that will take you to. And you can go in, search for like what topic you want to look for. So we'll say science, and it will pop up the results. And once you get a result, you can click the tour you're interested in, and you can copy the tour, and then that adds the tour to your own your own gallery of tours, and you can go through and edit that particular tour that you just added. Or you can go into your own videos and upload a video, or if you already had some attached to your account, you can also, you can upload. You have to be a pro membership to upload certain ways, but you can also take directly from YouTube, and you click on it and copy the link. I'm going to go through quickly the editor. It has, well, you start off with the video. This one already has some edits. This one is on art theory, color theory. This section is this element is the multiple choice questions. When it gets to that section of the video, it will pause and add the multiple choice, and you can select which one is correct. And then you can also go into, it has open responses, where the students who are logged in can type in their own response. Then also, it's also similar to Kahoot or any other program in that area, where they will log on to their own devices and add their answers in. You can add in, besides that, you can also add in text slides, where you just you click and drag whichever type of element you want to use. I picked a text slide, and I can edit the text, and it will pop up. So let's say this is, let's learn about art theory, color theory. And then you can also add a drawing that you can use with the draw pen, a coloring with the own pen. It will let me go. And there are a whole bunch of different ones. And then after you're done, you can publish, and then start the presentation. And it will it will pop up in the corner. And you can have, once you're ready to present, you'll hit present, and it will come up with a code that you give to whoever is logging on and working with it. And that's about it.
I really like that this is like Ant. It kind of involves the students, and you can really tell what the students are thinking, which I think is really important, and it's something that they can do at home, and teachers can assess the way they're thinking. And I think that like you said, you can export it to your grade books, and the teacher can have immediate feedback on how the students are understanding or grasping the concepts, which is essential. I also like that there's ready-to-use lessons, so that, I mean, especially, and you can like search a topic and kind of look for it that way, because I know now it's like so hard to just plan every aspect of your day. So I think that like if you are able to go and use some of those lessons and then edit them to really make it your content, or like go with your lesson, then or your content or theme, I think that it's a great tool to use. And also, it has, along with English, you can have it in French, Hebrew, or Spanish, which I think is really good for English language learners. So.
I really liked the recording and uploading part of this program. I was thinking that as a teacher I would use it as a way, like if you knew that you had a kid that was on that was going to be sick for a while, or like I had a kid in my class that went to Disney for a week, which isn't really a reason for them to miss a lot of work. So it would be a really cool way that the teacher could record the lesson. So like you could put a video camera up of you doing the lecture, and then you could use the notes feature to add notes from the lecture in, or add little blurbs that you want to tell them about what we discussed, or even questions that the class went over, to keep them involved. Even when they're not in the classroom, they can still get the material.
To kind of go off what Emma was saying, I had a student in my placement as well who went away, and as I was talking with my mentor teacher, she was telling me about, how difficult it was for, her student was gone for a week. So it was really difficult for her to, come up with something that he could do while he was away, but he would still grasp all the material that he missed. And I think with this, it's really helpful because, like Caitlin was showing us, you can go through and you can edit it, and you can add like questions and, open-ended questions and multiple choice questions and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's really good, especially, for the students who aren't there, or even for substitute teachers, because they don't know exactly where your students fall, and you still have to provide that substitute teacher with the materials. So I think that would be a really awesome, lesson to do, especially with substitute teachers. So, but I thought that was a really neat one as well.
And another really great thing about this one in particular is, like, as you're actually presenting the video and the questions are popping up on the screen, your students can be like inputting their answers, and after you've given them time to answer, in the same way you can do with clickers or Kahoot, you can go through and set it up so you can like say, okay, let's see how everyone answered this particular question, and it will show the bar graph. Or you can also do, or it can be, okay, this is the correct answer, think about if you got what the answer, and just show what the correct answer is after they've had time to select. So I thought that was pretty neat. And if that's all, that's the end of our Hangout, and thank you for watching. Bye.